I can see all our speakers are also here, 3 top legends from Indian hockey. If anyone follows the sport,
each time you do a conclave, you learn.
That we beat,
You learn that there are deficiencies, there are improvements, there are areas where you can get better. And that's what the learning was from 2023, and that's what we tried to do in 2024 and implement some of our learnings.
all Paralympic champions, multiple accolades.
First thing is we realized that putting everything in one day or even 1.5 days is too much. We had to spread it over 2 days. We had to give athletes more time. We had to give spectators more time. We had to give invitees more time to soak it all in.
Before we break for the evening concert,
When you're putting in, one session after another of intense discussion, there is a limit to which people can soak it all in. And here, the discussions are of a very, very high standard.
Be a guarantee for your future. So the concern is.
So it was very important for us to spread things around. Yes, costs went up. The conclave went from 1 day to 2.5 days, but you can't help it. When a property grows, when you're able to create something signature, these are things that you need to do.
the narrative around Paralympic sport.
With Paralympics and Olympics both scheduled in 2024, it was but natural that we will have a significant focus on disability and sensitivity.
I think it should be ingrained in our society and still.
We tied up with Manovikas Kendra. We invited the kids with disability to come and enjoy the proceedings with their parents. Of course, we made it a point to have them integrated within the program and in fact started with them with a musical performance. Thereafter, we discussed Indian sport threadbare.
Nicolo Campriani,
Just 6 months earlier, we had before us the experience of the Asian Games. 107 medals at the Asian Games, 54 by women and 53 men, and 111 medals at the Asian Para Games. Indian sport had turned a corner. Could India touch double digits at the Olympics? Could India touch 20 medals at the Paris Paralympics? These were the two central questions that we were asking.
As a nation, we have to.
We deliberated in detail. We had some of our best athletes on view.
One competition, one international.
From legends, we had an Abhinav Bindra coming back. Pullela Gopichand was in Calcutta to kickstart the conclave with a separate press conference. Sourav Ghoshal joined Sourav Ganguly on stage in what was a very special session. Sourav calling Sourav. Neeraj Chopra joined us online from his training along with Adil Sumariwala, Sourav Ganguly and Abhinav Bindra. Mahesh Bhupati had come down to chart the way forward for Indian tennis. It was an extraordinarily strong session. The panels, again, I would say, were a bit too many and we had to spread them a little bit more. We had Viswanathan Anand talking about the Indian chess revolution.
They didn't find themselves there because of one good result.
And we also had installations this time round, which made it an even better conclave. We celebrated some of the best chess photographs along with Maria Emelianova. We had an exhibition of some of India's greatest sporting artifacts. We had a selfie zone where we tried to make it a little bit funny and a little bit less intense, so where people could come and relax. We had an athletes tunnel with legends on both sides so that the experience could be done better. In all, it was a bigger and a much better conclave compared to year one. On day 2, we also added what we called the empowerment walk. The empowerment walk, not a fashion walk. Men and women of all shapes and sizes walked the ramp for a cause which is as important as anything. It was for Indian sport that each one of us were doing it. And we then followed up with one of the most intense sessions and interesting sessions of the conclave.
Nikhat Zareen.
Two of our greatest female champions, Sania Mirza and Nikhat Zareen, held center stage. Sania, who had retired earlier that year, and Nikhat, who was training for the Olympic Games coming together.
This opportunity, I'll try.
Two incredible champions from backgrounds which are as humble as they can be and have risen the ranks to become role models in their profession. There are about 600 to 700 people packed inside the ITC Royal Bengal, watching and listening with intensity and enormous amount of concentration. Hardly anyone fiddled with their mobile phones. Hardly anyone walked away. Hardly anyone was doing anything but listen. We realized that the conclave was a success. And in the final session, we had a fun session with athletes telling us about their favorite food, favorite athlete, favorite story, favorite nugget. In all, Trailblazers Season 2 was an absolutely incredible affair. For me personally, it meant a lot on my birthday to see athletes sing for me and wish me happy birthday and wish Revsportz all the very best. And more importantly, to see a legend like Mary Kom sing for Indian sport. Trailblazers Season 2 had exceeded expectations by a country mile. But once that happens, the bar is set, and the bar is set high. It is now on us to be able to match this and get even better. So we are competing with ourselves, and we will see what happens with Trailblazers Season 3. And going forward, we will soon announce the final list of athletes for Trailblazers Season 3.